Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is ABJ, and in today's video I'm finally going to kind of just give my story of my 100-pound weight loss from being 364 pounds to being currently where I'm at, which is around the low to mid 260s. This is going to be unscripted. I'm just literally going to speak from my heart, talking about everything that I've done over the past a couple of years or so, and how I was able to lose the type of weight that I've lost and why it happened and the whole 9 yards. But basically, for the past several years, I'm just going to get straight into it. For the past several years, I've been dealing with a lot of stress. Things have gotten a lot better over the past couple of years, but before then, I've dealt with a whole lot of stress and allowed the stresses of the world to dictate to me how I went about my health. And it was not in a good way. There was a lot of alcohol involved. There was a lot of poor food choices involved, even to the point where I wasn't even eating properly. Either I would eat a lot or I wouldn't eat at all because I preferred liquor or whatever the case is. All of that happened over a course of a couple of years. There were some pretty intense things that happened in my life. I'm not going to get into it. It's pretty personal, but those things really took its toll on me and skyrocketed the negative. And because of that, my weight went up significantly. My health deteriorated. My anxiety levels were very high. I wasn't sleeping properly. I started having breathing issues. And then ultimately in 2017, something really serious happened, which was one of my wake-up calls. You would think it would be the wake-up call, but it was one of my wake-up calls, and that was I ended up with severe pulmonary embolism along with pulmonary hypertension, because I had several blood clots in my lungs, one of which was pressing on the right side of my heart, which caused pulmonary hypertension. That was a very serious situation, and I thank God every single day that I'm still alive, because I don't know how I made it out of that. I'll put a shot of my driver's license photo, which is kind of creepy, because I took that photo the day before I ended up going into the hospital. And if you look at the photo, you can see it written all over my face, the way my mouth is and things like that. I was having a really hard time breathing. That's because of the pulmonary hypertension. And which, you start having breathing issues as you are moving. And I was walking over there to the driver's license photo center. And by the time I got in there, I was huffing and puffing, and I didn't want to be on camera, do anything like that. So I was like trying to hold it in, but yeah, that was the day before I went to the hospital, and that was scary. That was very scary. My wife was with me the entire time. I was in the hospital for a week, and thank God every day for the Temple University doctors that really helped me in Jean's Hospital over here in Philadelphia. They really helped me. They performed a procedure that got that under wraps. But after that, I was on a mission to improve my health. It wasn't necessarily about the weight at the time. It was just about my health, which, coincidentally, that would include weight loss anyway. But from that point, I started trying to do things, taking it easy. Obviously, I couldn't do much because I still was having breathing issues. I had one of those oxygen machines in the house for a while, because my breathing was still messed up. And currently, I'm actually still on blood thinners as well, speaking of which. But anyway, so I started doing a bunch of different things to try to help with weight loss and fat loss, but trying to do the best that I can. I did things like just the typical standard American style diet with just having 5 meals a day and cutting back on a lot of the junk foods and things like that. And that worked a little bit, but nothing really significant. And then around June, the pulmonary thing and all that type of stuff, that happened in October 2017. And that's when I was at my heaviest, at 364 pounds. Then in around June of 2018, I remember going to my doctor's office, and he said it in the medical, using the doctor terminology, and kind of speaking to me, kind of like how a doctor would typically speak to you, but in a nutshell, in ways that I understood it, he flat out was just telling me that I was going to die. I was going to die soon if I didn't get the weight down. He started talking about bariatric surgery, and he was really concerned. He thought that if I don't get this weight down, that's it. I'm not going to have long to live. And that scared the crap out of me. And from that point, that's when I kicked it up in high gear. And that's when intermittent fasting came into play. I was eating the typical chicken breast with sweet potato and vegetables and all that kind of stuff, and oatmeal and that type of thing. But I started doing intermittent fasting. I did the 16 and 8 to begin with, and I did that for a few months, and that's when the weight really started to drop significantly. But it wasn't until October of the same year where, after watching a whole bunch of YouTube channels and things like that, like Dr. Berg, Primal Edge Health, Keto Connect, Goody Beats, Thomas DeLauer, Ali McRowley. There's a few other ones too, but I have a lot of favorite channels and stuff. But I started watching a lot of those videos, and it was really inspiring. And it started opening up my eyes to the truth of health and nutrition and how we've been lied to, like for sodium, like dealing with sodium, for example, about how salt is bad for you when in fact it's actually good for you. In October, I decided to go ahead and try out the ketogenic diet. October 2018, I started doing the ketogenic diet, and then that's when things really took a turn upward for me. I could not believe the results that I was getting. The weight just started melting off, and I ended up finally getting out of the 300s, and I was like the high twos, like 290 or something like that. Once I started doing the ketogenic diet, going from October, like towards the end of the year, in the beginning of 2019, and then after doing that diet for a few months, yes, I had a lot of ups and downs. I dealt with the keto flu. I dealt with weight loss stalls and things like that. You know, and I just kept watching videos. I kept learning. I kept doing everything I possibly can to try to learn as much as I could about this type of diet, because you really need to do everything that you're supposed to do with this diet in order for it to work, like keeping up with electrolytes, trying to stick with clean keto as much as you can. Avoid dirty keto also as much as you can, you know, and things like that, and learning about a lot of the more in-depth things about like what types of oils that you should have, and avoiding like vegetable oil, soybean oil, things like that. But after a few months of doing the keto diet, like I said, the results were significant. But then I started experiencing a weight loss stall, and also, but by the way, I forgot to mention too that while I was doing the keto diet, I was also still doing intermittent fasting as well. And but I started experiencing a bit of a stall, and I didn't know if it had to do with the fact of me not being as active. I am pretty active. I have one of those Fitbit watches, and I do about 10,000 steps every single day. Usually well over that, about 11 to 12,000 steps. I was active, but obviously I wasn't doing enough. I needed to turn it up a notch as far as fitness was concerned. And I wasn't doing it. And I believe that was a huge part of my weight loss stall. Also, probably because I was getting too much fat. And if you start researching this the ketogenic diet more deeper, you will find out that once you start the diet, you can eat a good amount of fat or whatever, and your body's you're still gonna lose weight or whatever the case is. But once you become fat adapted, you kind of have to back off the fat. Because if to put it in simple terms, your body's either going to burn the fat that you're eating or the fat that's on your body. If you're giving it a lot of fat through calories, it's going to burn that first, not the calories on your body. That I didn't learn about until well after the fact, and that was probably a huge part of my weight loss stall. So if that's something that you might be experiencing or you want to avoid, then I strongly recommend that you look more into that and learning about how to balance your macros out and not get too much fat once you become fat adapted, so then that way you'll keep the weight loss going. But anyway, throughout the year of 2019, around the middle of 2019, I went through another stressful bout of issues and things like that. That caused me to sway off a little bit, not too much. I still stuck with keto, but I started cheating a lot more on keto. I started having a lot of the wrong foods. I started having a lot of the bad foods, you know, and I wasn't sticking with intermittent fasting consistently and things like that. I just started being real. I was like, what do they call it? Consistently inconsistent. You know, I was sticking with it, but I wasn't doing it the way you're supposed to do it, which is straight consistent. And that caused some issues. That caused more weight loss stalls. I never really gained too much weight. It just stayed right around. I started hovering around 270s. I just stayed in the 270s for the longest time. And but I kept with it. I kept with, sticking with the keto diet. I kept sticking with intermittent fasting. It was more so that than not, But I could have been way more farther. I actually could have reached my ultimate goal, which is to be in the low 200s and having muscle and all that kind of stuff. I should have been there. But it is what it is. I'm still working on it. I'm still doing what I have to do. I made a vow to make 2020 my year, but I'm getting ahead of myself with that. Back in 2019 again, and like I said, around the summer of 2019, I went through a stressful bout, and that caused a bit of a stall. But I kept on going. I still kept on going. I kept on sticking with it. And then eventually towards the end of 2019, that's when I really kind of hit rock bottom and was going through a whole bunch of stressful things. And at that point, that's when I said enough is enough. Enough is enough. No more excuses. I got to take charge of my life. I have to take charge of my health. And if you watch my very first video on this channel, you will see that I made the commitment, I made the vow to make it 2020 my year of change, to just getting myself where I needed to be. And I wanted to start the year off with a bang. And I started it off with doing the 7-day water fast, which was very successful. I lost 17 pounds in those 7 days. But a lot of that was water weight, and half of it came back on, which was, I was completely expecting that. That didn't throw me off the rails and make me lose motivation or nothing like that. I'm still fully motivated, and I have a whole lot of other plans that I'm in the middle, actually currently working on a challenge. If you have been following my channel, I'm in the middle of doing a 30-day kettlebell 10,000 swing challenge, and which is actually about to end this upcoming Monday, which I'll have a video on that explaining what has changed, what have I experienced, and stuff like that, doing the 30 days with me doing the 30-day kettlebell challenge. But besides that, I have more things that I'm working on. I'm going to have a very long weight loss, well, not long, but it's going to be about a 3-month weight loss challenge that I'm going to be working on. And I hope you're going to follow along with that, because that's a big one. That's something where I'm now going to take it to the next level, which is something that I wanted to really address. And this is something I learned from Dr. Berg. And there's a reason why I've been spreading all of this stuff out over a long period of time. And it's because I'm following what he was talking about in a lot of his videos. And that is, I love his quote. It's something like, you have to get healthy first in order to lose weight. Not lose weight to get healthy or whatever. It's the opposite way around. And what I took that as meaning is, you have to focus more on your internal health and making yourself as healthy as you possibly can before taking it up a notch, before you start doing extreme fitness or you start doing any type of hardcore dieting or whatever the case is. Really focus on getting yourself right. Me, physically, was not well in shape. That's why I took it easy with the kettlebell swings that I'm doing currently, where I'm only using a 20-pound kettlebell. And of course, that really didn't produce significant results. It would have if I used my other one, which is a 45-pound kettlebell. But still, it's all about I'm trying to get my body in a position where it can go to the next level, I can get back in the gym and start doing more intense workouts. I can start doing sprints. I can start doing running. I can start jogging. I can start doing all of these different things. Lose a lot of this weight so that I can take a lot of pressure off my joints. My knees are really bad, so I want to take more pressure off my joints. But that's what I'm following. The whole get healthy first to lose weight versus the other way around. And it's working. It's working. I feel incredible. I'll get more into how the kettlebells have helped me. It's a big thing. I can't wait to have that video. I don't want to spoil it right now, but again, that's so far that pretty much has been the transition from 2017 up to now on how I've lost 100 pounds. It's all about staying as consistent as you possibly can, no matter what life deals you. Yes, it's hard, but as one of my favorite guys that I follow on YouTube, Goody Beats, one of his quotes is, if you woke up today, you're winning. That's the bottom line. If you're watching this video right now, at least I hope you're alive watching this video, or I'm going to have a nightmare tonight. But if you're watching this video right now, you woke up today, so that means that you're winning. Take each day day by day. Do the best you can for today. You know, and that's the way I'm living it right now. I'm doing the best that I can. I know what my goals are. I know what my dreams are. I know what it is that I want to accomplish. And that's what I take away from this. I'm not going to sit up here and dwell on all the negative and all the wrong that I've done and all of the excuses that I did back in the past. Yes, I can sit up in there and say, well, it was because it is. Because if I explain to you what some of the negative I went through, you'd be like, ugh. I can kind of see why you went off the rails a little bit, you know, because it was some pretty bad stuff. But again, your health is extremely important. And that's what I've been trying to tell myself. My health is very, very important. It does matter. My health matters. Your health matters. You know, you should never put your health second. Your health matters. It's okay to take care of yourself. It's actually important to take care of yourself. There's another quote that I like is, how can you take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself? If you're out of breath, if you're constantly at the doctors, you're constantly in the hospital, you're on all these different types of medications, and you feel like crap all the time, how can you be there for anybody else? How can you work to earn money? Whatever, taking care of your health is extremely important. That's what I've been drilling in my head, and it's working. It's really helping me take all of the negative that I've been dealing with and putting that aside and just getting right back on the train. And it's okay. If I slip one day, whatever. If you slip, it doesn't matter. Just get right back on the train. Get right back up on it. It's all right. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, that's my whole entire story. It's nothing dramatic like I went through. I went to over Siberia, and I was, out there in the middle of a negative 30 degrees and doing some weird, some weird stuff or whatever in order to lose this weight. No, it was literally just me staying consistent in spite of whatever troubles I had to deal with. Even though I've slipped constantly, I just kept getting back on the horse, back on the horse, back on the horse. It's all right. Now, if I would have stayed completely consistent, again, I'll be way more farther than where I'm at right now, or further, I should say, than where I'm at right now. That's what I plan on doing this year, is no more slip-ups. If I'm dealing with stress or whatever the case is, I gotta find a way to just handle it and start controlling my reactions to it, and stuff like that. But that's another whole, I'm not getting into a little deep psychological stuff, but the bottom line is, this has been a very interesting journey. I thank God every single day that I was able to get that weight off. I feel amazing. Yes, I'm still overweight, obviously. I'm in the 260s right now. And yes, I'm still overweight, and I still have a ways to go to reach my ultimate goal. But that's a big difference from being 364 pounds. Now I'm down at around 264 or the low 260s as of right now. That's a 100-pound difference, and believe me, I feel it. I feel it big time. And you can see the images that I've been showing. It's a huge, huge difference, not just in the way I feel, but also in the way, I'm sorry, not just in the way I look, but also in the way that I feel. I feel great. I'm proud of myself, and I want to keep this going. And I would love if you join me on my quest to getting the best body I can as you work on getting the best body that you can. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please like it. Please share it. Share it amongst your friends and your family, anybody else who might be struggling with this. Because I like I'm telling you, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have trainers and any of this type of stuff. I'm doing a lot of stuff I'm having is I'm finding, but I don't want to say shortcuts, but I'm what's the word? How do you say that? I'm getting a brain fart. Like I'm finding ways when there is no way in order for me to get results. As far as like shopping for food, if you've been following my channel, I shop at Aldi's, which is one of the most affordable stores that you can go to get actually really good food, quality foods on a budget. I save a lot of money. So therefore, I'm able to take care of the nutrition part with no excuses. I can't make the excuse now of, oh, it's too expensive to get organic this or to get grass-fed that or whatever. I just had a video the other day showing grass-fed New York strip steaks, 2 of them for $13. Yeah. All right. But anyway, I really hope that this video has inspired you. If you have any stories that you want to share, or if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below. I always look at the comments. I'm always just trying to build this channel up as quickly and as efficiently as I can, because I really want to reach as many people as I possibly can, because I foresee great things in my future that can tremendously help anybody. And I figure if you're going along with the ride with me early on, during the early stages, you could feel that immense feeling of happiness and pride and stuff like that, because you were going along with the journey from the get-go. All right. Again, if you like this video, please like it, please share it, please subscribe. I thank you so much for watching this video. This was pretty much kind of like a one-take type of video. This was something I just wanted to speak from the heart about. I didn't want to script it out and do all these crazy fancy edits of me, you know, having a drone shot, me following around. I got this dramatic music in the background. I didn't want to go through all that stuff. I just wanted to be raw and real with you, because I hope that that's exactly what you would want for yourself as well. Okay? Again, I thank you so much for watching this video. You enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.